Hi there, welcome to this tutorial. This tutorial is the core of everything we've been talking about. If you've not been listening prior to this video tutorial, you should listen, you should really listen, because this video will actually determine your success and how long your site is going to last. This video will also show you how to bypass the limit set by this hosting, so you really have to take note of all the instructions and configurations the plugins are going to be installing. Well, mind you, this hosting currently can take us, I've been trying to stretch the capacity to see what it can take. So so far it can take roughly 30,000 views, then 5 gig, and of course backup and the like, so you can easily back up your WordPress site and download the backup to your system or upload it to Google Drive, so and some other amazing configuration. So the idea is to reduce as much resources that your WordPress site is going to be using, so it won't strain the server and thereby shutting down your site. So if your site is straining the server, the hosting company will shut down your website for 24 hours. So to avoid that, because I've avoided that shutting down for a long time, so I'm going to show you how I've been able to do it. So of course, if your website is getting more than 30,000 views, well, you should be making money, a lot of money from 30k views or 30,000 views per day. So the limit is 30,000, although it's 50,000, but I'm just putting it roughly 30,000 views per day. So if your website is getting 30,000 views per day, come on, you could upgrade, and there are a lot of low cost hosting that you could usually upgrade to. And if your website is really getting up 30,000 views, of course you could either be earning money by monetizing with Google AdSense or doing affiliate marketing. Whichever way, you should be making a lot of money from that. So without wasting much of time, let's get into business. So starting out, we're going to start installing plugins that will actually make your website light. So before I begin, let me see what my website looks like. Just starting out. Okay, so this is 2024 WordPress theme, and you can see that we are good to go, coupled with SSL, so we can begin. Alright, so now first thing I'm going to do is go to plugin. If you are used or conversant with WordPress, you should be able to know what I'm doing. That's the basic thing, installing plugins. So I'm going to start here, then upload plugin. Okay, before that, if you don't need this, but this is not the main cause of this, so I'm just going to go to the plugin. I'm going to click on upload. I already have these files laid out already, so of course the files are going to be provided for you, so I'm just going to install them one after the other to show you. Starting out with this WP maximum upload file size, you would see why I said you should do that. So I'm going to move my so I can easily upload whichever way you feel you can. It's either you choose file, then locate the file, or you just drag and drop it. So after clicking on install, I'm going to activate it. So once I activate it, boom, it's activated already. It's showing me that plugin activated. The reason why we need to activate this plugin first and foremost, so this is what we activated now, the WP increase upload file size and execution time. If this is not installed, that's why you see people telling you, oh, are you using Infinity Free? Oh, that doesn't last. Oh, it's so limited, it's so this. That's because they don't know the core, or know how to maneuver their way. So that I will show you why this plugin is very important. So if to locate the functionality of this plugin, you're going to go to media. I just move my mouse over it. I've not clicked anything yet. So if I over it, you see something like increase upload limits. So as soon as I've installed and activated the plugin, I'm going to see this. So I'm going to click. Before clicking on it, I will go to library or add new. I'm going to go to add new media file, and you see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to click add new media file. So I'm clicking add new media file. You will see the maximum upload file size is 20 MB. You see how small it is, and we're going to have a lot of issues when uploading themes or some powerful plugins, and there are some things that is as high as 50, 100 MB, and if you are limited to 20 MB, so that can be, and also the execution time too can be so low that before the team installs and activates, the whole website shuts down. So to avoid that, that's where this plugin comes in. So I'm just going to click on it. It's already showing an increase upload limits. So of course now, so this is, if you look at it, you see that the current PHP time is 60 seconds, which is poor. If you understand WordPress and if you understand the web development and the like, you know that this 60 time limit is too small. And if you look at the maximum upload limit is 20 MB, which is too small, especially when you are dealing with heavy themes or heavy plugins. So this is where it boils down to. So my maximum upload file size, I'm going to put it maximum of 1 gig, then the maximum execution time to 300, at least 300 is fine, and 1 gig should be able to cover whatever you are doing on your WordPress. So as soon as I'm done, I'm going to click on save changes. Awesome. So it's saying that the upload file size has been changed already, so you can see that this has changed already. So if I go back to add new media files, you're going to see that it's reflected. Can you see it now? So from 20 MB to 1 gig. So there's no limit to the number of files I can upload. So that's what other people that have an idea of this Infinity Free don't know. So as soon as we're done with that, we'll go to the next plugin. Just go to plugin, add new plugin. The next thing we're going to do is upload a file manager. So we don't have to go to the back end, start doing 1 or 2. We can just do everything from the file manager. So I'm going to check it. Then this is the file manager. Almost majority of these plugins here are the pro versions, so I took my time to get the pro version. So now I'm just going to just move it. As soon as it displays, you can choose whatever way you want to install the plugin. Either you choose file, locate it, and the like. So I just dragged it and install. Depending on your internet connectivity, it might take time and it might be fast. So I'm currently installing it now, and it's loading. So it's loaded. So this file manager helps you shows you the file basically of your WordPress site, and you can decide to make some changes and the like. So we're going to see all that now. So it's installing, packaging, yeah, awesome. So it's activated already. So I'm just going to click on activate plugin. Remember to click on activate plugin. So clicking on activate plugin, awesome. So the plugin is activated, and you see the WP file manager. You see that it's the pro version. So I'm going to just click on it. Alright, so you can see that it's the pro version. You don't need to purchase anything. Just click on cancel, and boom, you should have your WP file manager. You see it. So if you don't like this view, you can click on this place to change it to this view. So depending on the kind of view you like, if you like the grid view, this is the grid view. But if you're not used to the grid view or you don't like it, you can change it to list view. I prefer the list view, so we can see everything at a go. So this is where your WordPress site is. If you're a WordPress developer, you should know what to do from here, and you should know that everything you need is probably here. So this is for a file manager, so you don't need to go to the back end to do anything. Everything you need to do is just within your WordPress. And I can just click on this no thanks to remove this. I don't need it. So awesome. Now, so this is, if you're a WordPress developer, you know what to do from here. So moving to the next plugin quickly. So adding a new plugin. So clicking on upload plugin, and yes, so the next one is disable dashboard. The essence of this plugin is to remove bloatwares. This is basically what breaks down most people's website, and they tell you that, oh, this Infinity Free is not really nice, it's really shuts down on website and the like. So this actually will disable some unnecessary features that WordPress seems to place on your hosting services. So you're trying to see how to maximize this hosting as much as possible. So I've installed the bloatwell. So to find it, because sometimes this plugin can be very funny. They just go into hiding. But if you find what we just installed now, you see that we just activated it. So I'm going to go to settings. I didn't click on it. Just go to settings, then you see disable bloat. That's what we just finished installing. So I'm going to click on it. So as soon as I clicked on it, awesome. So this is, if you're using WooCommerce, you can decide to disable some functions that you feel you're not going to use, because all this now what is making your website heavy, consuming heavy resources. So since I'm not using WooCommerce, I'm not going to do anything here. But if I'm using WooCommerce, you have to carefully disable some content here. Just make sure you go through them, read the instructions properly, and after disabling, check your website to see if there's any changes and see if maybe any vital information is actually removed and the like. So since I'm not doing anything with e-commerce, I'm going to go to the WordPress optimization. So if you look at it now, you see that I can hide update noticed for non-update users. I can decide to hide site health, a lot of things, like surely this part we're talking about now. This part, WordPress events and activities, welcome and the like, this is where it is. This is also hiding. I definitely don't need all this. So why all this takes resources, especially these WordPress events, and it's all these take resources, which in turn breaks down the server, and we don't want that to happen. So that's why we are disabling it at all costs. So there are other customizations like the site's performance, where we can disable things that you will not need as much as possible. So of course, if you're not using the RSS feed link, you can disable it. You can remove it, disable it. If you're not going to use most of these things, you can disable it. And before disabling, please check the instructions below so you know what you are doing, especially. So as much as possible, you disable. So the more you disable, the more your WordPress becomes light, and you don't have any issues with the hosting taking down your website. So that's the essence of this disable bloat. And this is the pro version. So this is the pro version, so you don't have any issues like maybe needing to update and then to get another. So this is the core. It's like an all-in-one plugin that helps you make your site less resource intensive. So the next one we're going to be going to install is the W3 cache. I'm just going to click on then the V3 Cache Pro. This is also the pro version. The latest as per November 2023. So the pro version that I'm providing for you here at no cost. So I'm actually installing it. I've clicked on the install button and it's installing. So I'm just going to wait for it to start. It won't take long, like I said, depending on your network or your internet provider. So it should load as soon as possible. So this is there. So after this, of course, you need to configure some settings here. Awesome. So it's installing fine. So we're just going to wait for it. So the essence of this is to reduce the number of times the hosting has to make requests to your site. So provided if a user can visit your website, it saves a cache file, it saves a copy of your file of your website on their phone. So let me just activate it. We get to see all that. So I'm activating it now. So it's loading. Awesome. So the plugin activated already. So if you note, you will notice a performance tab that has been created. As you see all these tools that you can easily play with and the likes. This is all this are actually open because this is the pro version. So I'm just going to go to dashboard, performance dashboard. So I won't go into details about utilizing this plugin, but you can of course ask questions and know what to do. So there's a quick guideline that you can follow to just set things up without having to be a tech professional and the like. So you can just go through this. Please don't skip. So you can just go through this. So you could actually skip if you've used it before, if you know what you are doing. But if you just want the basic protection and to speed up your site, you follow through by clicking next. So as soon as you click next, you can click on test page cache. So let it do its thing. So for now, you can leave this the way it is, leave it on none. If you can leave it on none for now, then after that you move next. Again, the next one is test database cache. So I'm just gonna test it. So let it load. It's loading. Still loading. Well, you can still leave it at none, or you put it at APC, because this actually reduce the time. This is actually red, so this is actually a very good option too. So I can put it at APC, then click on next. So it should be loading. Awesome. So it's saying I should test database, test object cache. So let's see. Okay, awesome. We have green here, so just to click on this. Which one is more? The APC is more, so okay, let me click on this. This is more, 33%, this is 28, so this is more, this is better. So I'm just going to click on next, then test browser cache. So all this is what is going to make your website super fast. So once the user can load it once, then they don't need to, it won't take some loading again. So that's the beauty of this plugin. So it reduces the request and the resources to use from the hosting. So that's the beauty of all this. So like I said, if your website takes a lot of resources, that's where the hosting gets to shut down your website for 24 hours. And that's what other users have been experiencing, that they've been labeling this hosting as giving it a bad name, but here you are having to know all the technical know-how. So I'm just going to leave this at enable, then click next. So I'm just going to enable this. I want to enable WP converter. Like I said, I won't go into much details. I just want to show you what this part is. Then enable this lazy load. So if you're into the WordPress, you will know what all these are. So I'm just going to click on dashboard, then boom. So this is my dashboard. So the plugin is currently enabled in pro mode. So I have to tell you that this is an awesome plugin here that basically have everything you need, or you don't even need to do much except if you know what you are doing. So that is that for this plugin. So moving to the next plugin, so I'm going to click on add new. So this is the last plugin here. Then I'm going to the BP, and then install. The essence of this plugin is to create a periodic backup. So I'm going to click on activate, creating a periodic backup of your WordPress site, so to be on the safer side. So if you can also check how to use this WordPress backup tool and the like. So of course it's saying, so where's okay, so it's saying that the extension requires this to be activated, of course, in which you get all the tools necessary, all the plugins necessary to back up your website. So I won't go into details on how to do the backup and the like, but what I'm trying to say is that I'll provide the plugin, and if in case you need any support, of course you can always reach out. So that will be all for the plugin. If I check my site again, let me refresh. Of course, you see the speed at which it uses to load. Of course, maybe this may be light, maybe a light website, but if you notice the refresh, you see the speed is just a blink, and that's to tell you it didn't even blink now. So you see, so this is just to tell you all these plugins are basically what is going to keep your websites, provided you can configure them as much as possible. So to avoid keeping this video long, that's why I don't want to go into details, but of course if the need arises or you need assistance 1 or 2, I would assist. So this is the total cache web that we activated. The essence of this is to compress whatever image you're uploading to avoid having your website having to be resource intensive. That's just the essence of this. So that's why this plugin total cache is an amazing plugin. So if you know how to use it, the more the better your WordPress website and the faster your WordPress website. So the next video we're going to be seeing is, of course, seeing how to create a free business email, because of course this free hosting that we are using doesn't have the free business email. So we're just going to look at a video that teaches how to create a free business email and also integrate Cloudflare with it. So Cloudflare works with a custom domain, not with a free domain. So if you are going with a free domain, of course the website is still pretty fast, but if you want more customization, and you can only use the business email with your custom domain, not a free domain. So that will be all. Thank you very much, and see you.